My dear students, today I have taken you here to have the fresh breeze of the air, and we will learn some new answers which I'm gonna make in this session. I'm not prepared at all. I don't know what will I answer in the entire session. I have given you a questionnaire where approx 21 questions are mentioned, and I gave you a task to tell me the answers no less than 3 sentences. You can add 4, 5, 6 sentences, but that shouldn't be less than 3 sentences. So that was your task. You couldn't perform your task. You told me that, sir, we can't find the answers to some of the questions. We can't even make 2 sentences rather than making 3, 4, 5, 6 sentences. So I will give you a demonstration. This is a demonstrational video, and I have taken you here so that you can get the fresh air, you can freshen up yourself. Moreover, I can get enthusiastic while answering you. And inside the class, there is not enough light, so that's why I chose this place. I will not have to brighten my video. We all will look fine in the video. Anas, you have the questionnaire and you will have to ask your own questions, not the other one's questions, and you have checked your questions. I will start from Anas. Anas, you ask me the first question.
What's your name?
My name is Fahim Haq, but I also have a pet name, Munna. Only my family members call me with this name, but I'm comfortable with Fahim.
Where are you from?
Basically, I'm from Dhaka, Khilkhet. That is my ancestral house, but currently I'm the permanent resident of Ghazipur.
What's your father's name?
My father's name is Hafiz Muhammad Fuzlul Haq, but actually his name is Fuzlul Haq. He added Hafiz Muhammad because he is a Hafiz Quran. He is a Maulana too.
What does your father do?
As I mentioned, my father is a Maulana, so he is an Imam of a mosque. You know Imam who leads Salah every day, 5 times a day. So he is an Imam.
Do you live in a rental house?
No, we have our own house. But if I talk about myself, then I live in a rental house because this center is actually my house. I stay here, so it is rental. But we have our own house.
What's your mother's name?
My mother's name is Fatima Begum, but in my certificates it is mentioned Fatima Haq. Actually, we matched my father's name with my mother's name because my name is Fahim Haq, father's name is Fazlul Haq. So my mother's name is put Fatima Haq in my certificates, but actually her name is Fatima Begum.
What does your mother do?
My mother is a homemaker, but she is also a part-timer teacher because she gives tuitions to some of the students. She is an Arabic teacher because she is a Hafiz Quran too.
How many siblings do you have?
I have a bunch of siblings, a large number of sisters I have. We are total 7 in our family. I have 5 sisters, and including me, we are two brothers. 3 of my sisters are elder than me, and 2 of my sisters are younger than me. And the youngest one is my brother, who is the student of Dhaka University. Whose turn? Yes.
Where do you study?
My study is over. I have an MSc in psychology degree. I completed my study in 2019. Since then, I am a teacher. I'm a full-timer trainer. I teach students English and also computer.
What are the name of your siblings?
It will take time. You will have to be patient because they are 7. The eldest one is Fahmida, then Fauzia, then Fokia, then Faria, then Filza. And among my brothers, I am the eldest one. My name is Fahim. You have known this. And the youngest one, who is my brother, his name is Fawad Haq. So these were the names of my siblings.
What are they?
Most of them have got married. They have their bachelor's degree. Some of them have master's degree. And still my youngest sister, the 5th one, she is unmarried and she is studying. She is having her honors. She has appeared in the honors exam this year.
What class are you in?
As I mentioned, my study is over, so I am in no class, but as I teach kids, so I consider myself that I study in class 1, class 2, class 3 because my most of the time is spent with them, and I consider myself still a school going student.
What's your favorite subject?
I prefer English actually, and if I consider this as a subject, then it's not my favorite. It's boring. But I consider English as a language, and when I consider it as a language, it becomes alive to me, and that's why I love it. And you know that I always try to speak in English. I talk in English in front of camera, so it is my favorite subject. But I consider it as a language.
Why are you here?
Today I'm here to teach you some sentences, some answers which can be smarter than the other people whom you mix with. And as you don't know the multiple sentences answers which are needed in IELTS exam, so I brought you here to teach you these things, and that's why I'm here.
Do you know Fahim sir?
Yeah, are you talking about that guy who has long hair, who looks like a little girlish from her back, from his back? Are you talking about that guy? Oh, as far as I'm concerned, he's a teacher. He has 2 training centers in his locality, and despite being a teacher, he is a stylish guy. So sometimes people misjudge him. I know this guy a lot, and I have watched some of his videos. Okay.
What do you want to be in the future?
I am in my future because when I was a kid, I had a dream to become famous, become popular, and I wanted to become a fast typist. I wanted to become a English speaker. So that is the thing I have already achieved. That means I am in my future. I am a trainer now. I can speak in English. I am a fast typist, but still I have some new aims in my life, and that aim is I want to become a global superstar of spoken English. People will call me the superstar of trainers. I will be the trainer of the trainers. So that is actually right now my aim, and I know it is achievable. I can do that.
What's your favorite food?
Right now my favorite food is lentil, but few years ago my favorite food was biryani or hodgepodge. But as I have practiced dieting, I have started practicing dieting, and I try not to consume oily foods or the foods which have fats. So now I have changed my favorite food, which is lentil, dal.
What do you like to do in your free time?
First of all, I don't have free time at all because I am to remain busy from dawn to dusk. I have a lot of classes back to back. I make videos, edit them, but still I try to manage some of the times which I can utilize only for me without any reason. So when I lie down on my bed, I start browsing my mobile. I go to different sites, different links, or I chat with some of my friends. This is how I spend my free time.
Do you love traveling?
I do a lot because I used to live at Khilkhet, Dhaka, and you know that area is a little bit posh than this area, and I used to travel a lot when I had company with me. But right now I am as busy as a bee, and I don't have that company, and I don't have friends at all. So if I want to travel, I can't because most of the cases I am busy with my students, or if I call someone, that friend is busy because we all have grown up. So I love to travel, but I don't have enough time to travel.
Do you love reading books?
I do, but not now because I don't have enough time to read books. I am engaged in my profession. But there was a time when I used to read detective novels, and I remember that sometimes I used to read an entire book overnight. So I was quite a bookworm type of book lover in my studenthood, in my student life, and I loved detective novels. Yes.
What's the name of your best friends?
I told you to look at only your question, but you didn't.
What's the name of your best friend?
Okay. I don't have any best friend. I consider myself my best friend. I have multiple personalities. One is corporate Fahim, another one is a person Fahim. So as I am now in front of you as a corporate guy, as a teacher, so I do have my personal entity. So that personal entity is my friend. So that Fahim is my best friend. This is the thing I consider actually. Do you have any other question? In your questionnaire, is there any question left?
No.
Okay. I hope you enjoy it. Did you enjoy?
Yes.
Okay. Did you learn the answers? Did you learn how to answer with different patterns? Did you learn how to answer a simple question within 3, 4, 5 sentences? Did you learn how to comprehend, how to expand your aspects, how to expand your thoughts, how to expand your lingual competency? Have you learned this? Okay, if you stick with me, if you just get in touch with me, if you get my classes every day, if you come closer to me, if you watch my videos, if you listen to me carefully, then one day you can also talk like I can do right now. When I was a student of higher secondary, I also was like you. But then I started learning and started expanding my thinking ability. I started working about my creativity. I got enrolled in different trainings. Some of them were free, some of them were paid. And I deliberately used to raise my hand, sir, I want to say something. So they used to call me in front of the class. And this is how I have got such kind of bravery. I have got fearless, and now I can confront people. If there were Dr. Muhammad Yunus in front of me, still I could talk. If there were an army chief in front of me, I could talk, because I have overcome that fear. That fear is actually a mirage. Do you know what mirage is? Mirage means willow the wisp. Willow the wisp এর মানে হচ্ছে মরিচিকা. So the fear you are assuming, you are creating, is just a mirage, just a below the wisp. It doesn't exist. If you think you may fall down, you might fall down. But if you think that no, I will not fall down, you will not fall down. It basically depends upon you. You can consider a rope as a snake, and you can also consider a snake as a rope. It depends upon you. So I consider people as dummy. You are dumbasses in front of me, I think. Oh, what will they say? They are just listeners, whatever, because the opportunity has been given to me. So I will talk, they will just listen. So to me, you are just dummies. You are just listening to me. If I make mistake, still you will not make objections that, sir, I have an objection, you made a mistake. No, because you are just the listeners. So if there were Sheikh Hasina, if there were Dr. Muhammad Yunus, if there were an army chief, if there were the prime minister of other country, I just could do better than I'm doing right now. So that is the confidence which I have achieved. But no one helped me to achieve this. I achieved it myself. I told you that my best friend is personal Fahim. The corporate Fahim's best friend is personal Fahim. So sometimes the personal Fahim talks to that corporate Fahim, and they collaborate. They submerge their ideas. They accumulate their ideas, and this is how we both, corporate Fahim and personal Fahim, we both grow and glow together. So that was the end of today's session. Please clap for me.